Here are the most recent deaths in the national news as reported at Legacy.com in the fourth week of January 2025. Legacy.com is where you can find any obituary or publish an obituary in any newspaper in America and beyond. Actress Jan Shepard died January 17, 2025 at a hospital in Burbank, California. She died of pneumonia brought on by respiratory failure at the age of 96. She co-starred with Elvis Presley in two of his movies, King Creole and Paradise Hawaiian Style. Shepard is also being remembered for starring in the TV soap opera The Clear Horizon and appearing in shows like Gunsmoke and Bonanza. Rap artist DJ Unk died January 24, 2025 of cardiac arrest at the age of 42. Born Anthony Platt, but better known by his stage name, he had two big hits in 2006, Walk It Out and Two Step. DJ Unk is being remembered as an innovator of the bright and upbeat sound of snap music. Musician and producer Barry Goldberg died January 22, 2025 of non-Hodgkin lymphoma at the age of 82. He played keyboards at Bob Dylan's infamous 1965 Newport Folk Festival Electric performance, and the two later worked together to produce each other's music. Goldberg is also being remembered as a member of the blues band The Electric Flag, who played with such artists as Steve Miller, Neil Young, and Stephen Stills. Actor Jack De Mave died January 16, 2025 in Macon, Georgia. He died in hospice care at the age of 91. He was best known for his TV role on Lassie during the show's U.S. Forest Service era, playing Forest Ranger Bob Erickson. De Mave is also being remembered for a funny appearance on the second episode of The Mary Tyler Moore Show, which he reprised the following season. In case you missed it, we memorialized dozens of famous lives in our special 1-hour 2024 in memoriam video. Join me and senior editor Steven Siegel as we take you chronologically through the year and say goodbye to the unforgettable people we lost in 2024. Nurse Nancy Leftenant-Colon died January 8, 2025 in Amityville, New York at the age of 104. She was a veteran of the U.S. Army Nurse Corps who became the first black woman in the branch after desegregation. She went on to become a flight nurse, serving overseas in both the Korean and Vietnam Wars. Leftenant-Colon is also being remembered for becoming the first woman president of the Tuskegee Airmen Incorporated, maintaining the legacy of her brother and many other airmen. Nurse practitioner Loretta Ford died January 22, 2025 at the age of 104. In the 1960s, she co-founded the first nurse practitioner program in the U.S., helping increase healthcare access for underserved communities by providing nurses with advanced and specialized training. She is also being remembered as the founding dean of the University of Rochester School of Nursing, where she developed the unification model of nursing. Ford was a U.S. Army Air Forces veteran who served as a nurse at stateside base hospitals during World War II. Swimmer and aviator Iris Cummings Critchell died January 24, 2025 in Claremont, California at the age of 104. She swam in the 1936 Olympics in Berlin, and she was the last surviving athlete from that U.S. Olympic team. She then earned her pilot's license and joined the Women Air Force Service Pilots, or WASPs, in World War II, where she worked to ferry military aircraft. Critchell is being remembered as a Hall of Fame flight instructor who also raced airplanes competitively. Football player Calvin Jones died January 22, 2025 in Omaha, Nebraska. He died of carbon monoxide poisoning at the age of 54. He was a standout running back for the Nebraska Cornhuskers in the 1990s, setting a team record with 6 touchdowns in one game. Jones is also being remembered for his NFL career with the Los Angeles Raiders and Green Bay Packers, including earning a Super Bowl ring with the Packers in 1997. Musician Ryan Whyte Maloney died January 27, 2025, by suicide at the age of 44. He was a finalist on The Voice in 2014. All 4 coaches turned around when he sang Lights by Journey for his blind audition. Maloney is also being remembered for his country music career, including as a touring musician and in his residency at Blake Shelton's Ole Red in Las Vegas. Comedian Ken Flores died January 28, 2025, at his home at the age of 28. He was a popular stand-up comedian in the Los Angeles area who got an early boost when his YouTube comedy clips went viral on World Star Hip Hop. Flores is being remembered for cracking up his audiences and for laughing at his own jokes. A note to remember, sometimes personal information, such as someone's cause of death, is not announced immediately by their family or the authorities. When a cause of death has not been officially confirmed, we do not report on rumors. Every family has a right to their privacy. Singer and songwriter Melba Montgomery died January 15, 2025, at a care facility in Nashville, Tennessee. She died of complications from dementia at the age of 86. She was known for her duets with country artists like Charlie Louvin and George Jones, including the popular track We Must Have Been Out of Our Minds with Jones, which she wrote. Montgomery is also being remembered for her solo career, with hits like No Charge and Don't Let the Good Times Fool You. Singer and actress Marianne Faithfull died January 30, 2025, in London at the age of 78. She was a teen star of the British Invasion who had 1960s hits like As Tears Go By and Come and Stay With Me, and she was a muse to Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones. Faithfull is also being remembered for her later comeback recordings and for her performances in such movies as I'll Never Forget What's His Name and The Girl on a Motorcycle. Olympic figure skating champion Dick Button died January 30, 2025, in North Salem, New York at the age of 95. He won gold medals at the 1948 and 1952 Winter Olympics, becoming the first American skater ever to do so. Button is remembered as perhaps the greatest single innovator in figure skating during the 20th century, not just as a skater, but as a TV commentator for decades thereafter. On January 29, 2025, a passenger airplane and a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter collided in midair near Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport near Washington, D.C. This is a developing story. As of this recording, search and recovery efforts are in progress. However, authorities believe there were no survivors among the 64 people on the plane and 3 on the helicopter. In addition to featuring current deaths in the news, Legacy.com also honors the lives and legacies of notable people who died in the past. Here are some of this week's anniversaries. 1 year ago this week, actress, singer, and dancer Chita Rivera died at the age of 91. She was a Broadway icon who originated the roles of Anita in West Side Story and Velma Kelly in Chicago. 4 years ago this week, actress Cicely Tyson died at the age of 96. She won a Tony Award for The Trip to Bountiful and was Oscar-nominated for her performance in Sounder. 5 years ago this week, basketball player Kobe Bryant died at the age of 41. He was an 18-time All-Star with the LA Lakers, widely considered one of basketball's all-time greats. 8 years ago this week, actress Mary Tyler Moore died at the age of 80. She was America's sweetheart when she starred on The Dick Van Dyke Show and The Mary Tyler Moore Show, and she was Oscar-nominated for her performance in Ordinary People. 10 years ago this week, poet, singer, and songwriter Rod McKuen died at the age of 82. He earned 2 Oscar nominations for his compositions for movies, and he wrote Seasons in the Sun, which became a hit song for Terry Jacks. 15 years ago this week, actress Zelda Rubinstein died at the age of 76. She was known for her roles on the big screen in Poltergeist and on TV in Picket Fences. 15 years ago this week, writer J.D. Salinger died at the age of 91. The famously reclusive author was best known for his 1951 novel The Catcher in the Rye. 35 years ago this week, actress Ava Gardner died at the age of 67. She was a star of classic Hollywood, with roles in movies like Showboat, On the Beach, and The Night of the Iguana. Musician and songwriter Eddie Van Halen was born 70 years ago this week. He died in October 2020 at the age of 65. He was the guitarist for Van Halen, known for hits like Jump and Why Can't This Be Love? Actor Paul Newman was born 100 years ago this week. He died in September 2008 at the age of 83. His many beloved movies included Cool Hand Luke, The Sting, and The Color of Money, and he voiced Doc Hudson in the Pixar movie Cars. Every week in the United States, flags are lowered to half-staff to honor the lives of Americans whose communities are mourning their loss. Here are the most recent half-staff memorial flag honors. Flags across the United States remain lowered to honor the memory of James Earl Carter Jr., the 39th President of the United States. Flags in Kansas have been lowered to honor the memory of those who lost their lives in the tragic plane crash near Washington, D.C. Flags in Missouri have been lowered to honor the memory of Howard County firefighter Larry Duncan, who served at Ground Zero and died after a long and courageous battle against 9/11-related cancer. Flags in Missouri have also been lowered to honor the memory of Thomasville Volunteer Fire Department firefighter William Bill Nix. Flags in Pennsylvania have been lowered to honor the memory of Big Elm volunteer firefighter and rescue captain Roger Lathrop. Flags in West Virginia have been lowered to honor the memory of former delegate Michael J. Angelucci II. Flags in North Carolina have been lowered to honor the memory of State Representative Joe John. Flags in Virginia have been lowered to honor the memory of Henry Leander Marsh III, former mayor of Richmond, state senator, and civil rights trailblazer. You can read more about the lives of the people featured in this video on Legacy.com. At Legacy.com, any family can publish an obituary in honor of a loved one's memory online and in local newspapers everywhere. Just visit Legacy.com and select your local community. You can also follow Legacy.com on Facebook and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube to stay up to date on national news deaths.